You're disagreeing with me, dude. It's all good.
I'm gonna just start saying no. Nope. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Share the Backline, the podcast where two washed-up local musicians wax poetic about past and present gripes, triumphs, and the mundane. I am your host, O'Brien.
And Beardley.
So we're back with episode number 2, which we will lovingly call Soundcheck. First one was Load In. This is Soundcheck. And right off the top, I wanted to, both of us wanted to...
Say thank you.
Yeah. Just show our gratitude for the reception of our first episode.
Yeah. For both of us, our first time doing this, definitely a ton of support already. Whether it's, just downloading it, listening to it, messaging us, both of us. I know you got a lot of responses about it. Mm-hmm. Me as well. People say, "Hey, you guys sound like you know what you're doing." It's like, it's a ruse. It's smoke and mirrors, man.
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah. Why don't you get a little closer to that microphone? Yeah.
How's this?
Oh, feels a lot better. See, still working out the kinks, but
yeah, definitely working out kinks.
Definitely.
Don't kink shame us. We're working on it.
No, we really just wanted to, at the top of the show, say thank you so much to everybody out there, everybody that shared the podcast on Instagram.
Yeah, that was really cool to see.
We're doing our best to put out more content, and we're reaching out to a lot more people, and like I said, from the first episode, the people that we did reach out to that heard it, they're really excited about it, and we got quite a few people lined up already, dude.
Yeah, I'm excited too. You're excited. Let's be excited together.
Yeah.
So episode number 2. I'm gonna do a little segment called we'll call it feedback, since this is a soundtrack. Yeah. So little things we noticed on the first episode. First thing right off the top, these mics are very sensitive.
Very sensitive. What do you expect for $50 mics? They're supposed to be dynamic, and this is where I geek out a little bit. Dynamic versus condenser. Condensers. I'm not going to go into it. That'll be an hour podcast by itself, just talking about gear, which might be pretty cool.
Oh, speaking of which, really quick, let me plug our friend Javier Delgado. He actually has a gear page. It's called Gear of the Dog on Instagram, so you can check that out. So Gear dog.
Yeah,
Gear of the dog. So check it out.
Okay.
Oh, go. Sorry.
No, yeah. So dynamic mics are supposed to be what you use on stage, and they be able to handle, but yeah,
yeah.
Pretty soon we'll upgrade. Mm-hmm. Once we get a couple episodes in, we'll definitely.
Yeah, at least a solid desk.
Yeah,
not a hollow piece of plastic.
Well, we've been collecting pallets, so maybe we can build something pretty soon.
Yeah, I've developed a weird obsession with pallets.
Weird. It's like borderline erotic, an erotic kink.
Yeah, I did it originally to mess with you, but it's grown.
One thing I noticed about the first episode too is because like I said, we do work together, and we have a lot of inside jokes already. Mm-hmm. And I think the palette thing is one of them.
Yeah. So, it would only come up in conversation if there were somebody who was in the car with us.
Yeah, true.
But I'd point out pallets for no reason.
Oh my God! Look at all those pallets. Look at all those projects.
Oh God, what projects?
The smacking of the lips. I noticed that one. Yeah, I think I had mentioned that to you, just listening to the episode and just heard it. I'm like, oh, there it is.
There it is. It's Yeah, I think it's an ingrained Mexican thing too.
Yeah.
in response to anything.
Yeah, but speaking of how sensitive these mics are, I'm pretty sure you guys heard it, and I feel bad because we didn't introduce him. Jimmy the Cricket.
Jiminy Cricket.
You don't want to get sued. Jimmy the Cricket.
True. I mean, Jimmy the Cricket.
Yeah.
Nobody said Jimmy the... beep that out. You can
Yeah.
edit that out later.
Yeah, I should, huh?
Yeah.
That was another inside joke, too. Because if you follow Brian, he posted a picture of me like laying under the desk when I was clearly practicing for earthquake protection.
Yeah, it was earthquake drills. That's what we'll call it.
Earthquake drills, and use the snoring sound. But no, but yeah, you guys can definitely hear a cricket. Go back, listen to the first episode if you haven't. If this is your first episode, welcome. I appreciate you guys. We both appreciate you guys stopping by. I'm so used to the streaming thing, dude. Like,
I'm not.
I appreciate you guys stopping by. You know, it's like it was only me, but now it's like you and Jimmy.
Yeah.
I don't think he's here. He's probably sleeping.
Yeah, that cricket's just been getting huge. It's been here since I started working here, and it's just getting bigger and bigger. I don't know what it's eating. I don't know what.
Spider.
Oh, also that I do have the sniffles a little bit.
Yeah, I think we both
first
did.
podcast, and also I say all the time.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
but I think that comes with the
It'd
territory.
be like Handsome Dan in Wayne's World. Yeah. Wow. Really? I
Dude,
got to work on those responses.
Yeah, that's gonna come with time.
Yeah.
I think.
See, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah. You're disagreeing with me, dude. It's all good.
I'm gonna just start saying no. Nope. But yeah, if you there's again. If you guys notice anything, I know things can start to when you notice them, it's like that glass shatter. You know, when we point them out, you can never not hear it after that. So
it's like Diglett, the Pokemon Diglett. Like it's supposed to be like just a shine on his nose, but it looks like a tooth.
yeah,
So now you can't unsee, like that's his mouth.
exactly.
Yes, what is seen can't be unseen or something like that.
And speaking of these sensitive mics, we both decided to wear windbreakers, which is a lot of fun. I'm sure it's good for audio.
Well, just
But
don't
it's-
move. We're good.
Yeah.
I haven't heard it yet.
It's like perfectly still. But it is a rainy day, so it's we're not trying to crowd kill or anything after our shift. But it was a rainy day, so we just decided to pod instead of finishing off our shift. So we clocked out early. If I could.
Well,
Throw on the mics.
we did technically finish. It's just there's not much we can do. Without going into too much detail, what we do, we visit a lot of construction sites. So when it rains, those guys don't work, and it's hard for us to get in there.
Yeah.
And then I don't feel like having the truck stuck in mud today, so
Just slipping off a ladder.
slipping off a ladder. Yesterday was pretty sketchy.
Like I wore a rain jacket, but I also wore Crocs. So my shirt's dry, but my socks are wet.
But you're comfortable.
I'm very comfortable, yeah. And I switched to hot coffee as well instead of iced stuff I usually do.
Yeah, I got a tiny DC. Makes my hands look huge.
What's a regular size DC? Your hands are just massive.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
All right. The other thing I wanted to bring up is our bona fides. So basically, we're not famous. So it's like that old cliche. The first step in a successful podcast is be famous. Boom. Yeah, real funny. So we're not famous. Most of you know who we are.
Yeah.
Because you're our friends. But for anybody new, anybody checking it out, anybody just kind of stumbling on it, or anybody that sees it from a shared post, I said, I'm O'Brien. This is Andrew. He's going to go by Beardley.
Yeah, probably. Shouldn't.
So Beardley, why don't you start us off? Why don't you tell us when you started playing, who have you played for, who have you been influenced by?
I went into it a little bit in the first episode. Like I started playing guitar pretty late, I think. End of my junior year, going to my senior year. Didn't start taking it really seriously until I finished my baseball season in high school, and then just been playing ever since. Played in multiple bands, created my own bands. First band was like, we called it Make Shape.
Make shape.
Make Shape, yeah. It's funny. I got the name off of like one of my grandma's magazines. I just said Make Shape. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And
I love where names come from. It's the most random shit.
yeah. Then I was in a band called 20 Ways to Kill a Cowboy. Because in a pack of cigarettes, there's 20 cigarettes, and Camel
Nice.
or Marlboro Reds were like cowboy killers, right? So 20 Ways to Kill a Cowboy. That's
Deep.
where that came from.
Getting deep and dark.
Yeah, that was all like the hard, like
Yeah. It's angsty.
all breakdowns, and after that, I want to say it was like October Drive, Wounded Saints. That was probably like my longest tenured, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was It was a band called Sirens at Sunset. Yeah, it was Sirens at Sunset. It was,
That was your longest band?
no. October Drive, Wounded Saints was. Damn it! There's another band in between. So it went like Sirens at Sunset, then it went Cadence, and then it went October Drive, Wounded Saints, which was the same band. It's just we changed our style, changed our name, everything. New logos, all all that stuff goes. And then after that, it was just like kind of jamming with buddies and stuff. And we started a little project, and then I had a baby. My buddy Tom had a baby, and then he moved to St. Louis, and it's kind of like just fell apart,
Yeah.
And
As things do.
and then I stopped playing for a little bit, and then now working with you,
Yeah.
I picked up the guitar again, and sorry, my wife is texting me like. Anyways, yeah, I picked up the guitar again, started playing, started writing again, and I think me and you are going to start a little project.
Yeah, hopefully we have a lot of a lot of ideas for that, incorporating the podcast and a lot of our friends that we're going to have on here as well.
Yeah,
This is so many ideas. That's kind of like what I've loved about this, starting the podcast and even just thinking about it, bouncing ideas back and forth, and that thread that we've been pulling on, like really going into a rabbit hole, like just asking about the band. You're like, naming off the bands. You're like, wait, there was another one in between that one. Then, when you start to think about those, like it kind of, there's a little peripheral memories that kind of come into view. And then I have a shitty memory. I have a really bad memory, and also like a really bad sense of direction. But for this one, memory. So the idea of being able to get everything and record everything from the words of the people who were in those stories with me, or those memories and everything, and being able to put more of like a chronological order to everything, which I've always been really bad at, was something that also attracted me about this idea about just cataloging everything that's happened in the scene and everything. Because my recollection of it is all like, the times are way off, and who was there, who wasn't, we touched on the first. I've only been sober for 10 years, so a lot of those cool memories that I had are pretty shaky,
Yeah. So I'm not going to ask you about your bands, but one thing I do want to ask you is, we put out the first episode. Mm-hmm. We're doing the second one, and you mentioned a few times how, you don't like to see yourself. You don't like to see yourself speak. I can't speak right now. And you don't like to hear yourself. Has it changed? It's been almost a week that it's been out. People have heard it. I know you got a message saying I had to listen because I've never heard you talk.
Yeah.
Is it any different? How's it going?
It's getting better. It was definitely like emergent therapy, because you played it like 3 times and forced me to watch it and listen. So it was very therapeutic. It's getting better. I got we picked up these headphones last night for me. So now I can.
Another inside joke. Well, it's not.
Yeah.
But every time he hears from me, it's like, for me.
Yeah, I can't stop. It's one of those things, you know. Once you hear it, it's just whenever anybody says "for me" anywhere at any time, my head says "for me." So I can hear myself in real time now, which is also therapeutic. And, you know, it's just a matter of getting used to it and being able to speak comfortably, just like we're having a conversation, but there's a camera, there are microphones, and it's being recorded. It's going to be edited and put out into the ether, the interwebs.
Yeah, dude. Like I told you, you know, because when we recorded the last pod, I took everything home and I edited it that day so I can get it up as soon as possible. Mm-hmm. And I was like super surprised with like how professional you sounded already. You know, I was like you've been doing podcasts for years now.
Oh, well, thank you. You know what? I think that might be from all the Zoom AA meetings I've had from after the lockdowns. Everything went to Zoom, so it was like kind of talking into my phone or, you know, FaceTiming or, you know, things like that. So one good thing that came out of the pandemic, I guess, came from the lockdowns.
I think one more good thing we need to work on is just getting you closer to the mic.
Oh, sorry. See, I'm running away from hearing my own voice.
Yeah,
subconsciously.
No, but that's good, dude. Like I said, you know, it sounded great. We got a lot of good feedback, and very proud of you.
Thank you
again.
Appreciate that. Yeah. It was a lot of fun going in a Guitar Center to pick up gear again. You know, even though we weren't going to the drum section, or you were looking for a head.
Yeah.
We found a really cool guitar, so we got to mess around with some of the equipment and stuff. But it also got me thinking, like, we're in Guitar Center, and here we are, like, after music. I'm not looking at the drum stuff anymore. Like, I messed around with the electric kit or whatever, but it just feels like here's another thing that I'm gonna, you know, throw out into the world, and hopefully people like it. Just like music, you know, that's how we did it. Just the fucking money pit. We're just throwing money into this thing, and
well, I mean, the good thing is we're pretty much set up now, you know.
Yeah, it's a lot less expensive than drums and buying sticks every week and drum heads and cymbals and everything. So it'll be a more shallow money pit.
Yeah,
I can dump into. And
I think that the pit's already full though, to be honest. Unless we invest in, like, you know, an SM7B, which is $400. So,
true. Some visuals.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that'll come once we
find a permanent residence.
Yeah. We haven't got evicted yet, so shout out to our supervisor.
Yeah, shout out to Haywood. We'll call him Haywood.
Yeah, we'll call him Haywood. He listened to the pod too.
Yeah, shout out. Hey, what's up, Haywood? If he listens to this episode too.
Yeah. And so far, it's like, you know, no cursing, so I think we can remove the a lot of people told me they clicked on the YouTube link and they couldn't watch it because it was age restricted.
Really?
I had to set it that way because we, you know, did say.
I've already dropped like 3 F-bombs.
Have you?
Yeah.
Ugh. Okay.
My subtle profanity. Just bleep them out.
Just bleep them out?
Yeah. I'll try to avoid it from here on in.
Okay.
So like 2 minutes or I don't know how long we're into this.
Yeah. I mean, I'll definitely check it out. And that way you guys could just click the link. So if you click the link and you don't have to sign into YouTube to watch this, and
then you found them all.
Yeah. Then I found them all. And it's just, because it's a YouTube thing. It's not you know,
like the podcast or whatever.
Yeah, it's a YouTube thing. It's like on Spotify, we could say whatever we want, except for, like, you know, certain things. Yeah,
you and the hate speech, Jesus.
hey, whoa. That's a car thing. Speaking of car things too, like we had the idea It's not going to happen soon, I don't think. But once we start needing more support for the podcast, we're thinking of doing like podcasts from the road, make it a special thing, like a members thing or something. That's way down the line. We're not even. It was just an idea.
Yeah.
Just throwing it out there. See if you guys would be interested in something like that. Message us if you are. If not, we'll take it for what it is.
If not, we'll bring it up in like 6 podcasts after.
Yeah.
6 episodes later when we forgot we brought it up in the first place. But yeah, a lot of ideas that we throw back and forth on 4-hour car rides to Bakersfield to unplug something and plug it back in.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for thanks for listening. It's like one of those things like when I started, at least there were like so many bands, so many local bands, and I felt like so like discouraged, like I thought we were cool, like in high school we were the only band, and then next thing you know, like, wait, that you guys have a band too? And it's like all of a sudden all these bands start sprouting and stuff, and I'm like, oh. So it's like everybody has a podcast now. Like we're just grabbing a fistful of sand and then like going to the beach and then just stopping short and just
I was thinking about that.
Checking in on the beach.
Thinking about that the other day.
Please like my sand.
Yeah, it's like I'm pretty sure you remember like the MySpace days where it's like, hey, can you friend my band, like accept my band's request, like because when we first started in bands, there was no Instagram, there was no barely Twitter. I think I was telling you, like, you had to use TwitPic or something to post a picture on Twitter.
Yeah.
So you couldn't even...
Shout out Photo Bucket.
Yeah. Dude, Photo Bucket. Oh, my God. I wish I could log... It's like once every 5 years, I remember my login. And just look at the pictures of like, holy crap, dude. But yeah, times have changed crazy, drastically, like for local bands and local musicians finding bands and podcasts and stuff. It's you have a broader reach in a minute than you did like with 10 days, putting out a song and trying to get as many listens as you can, because even like YouTube wasn't a huge thing back then. I remember like asking a question like, hey, do music videos still matter? Like, do people still watch music videos? Like, because like, where do you watch them? It's not on MTV. Everybody's watching the Jersey Shore. I think it was, like the huge thing. I never watched it. So hot take, I thought it was terrible.
Oh, you don't like the Jersey Shore? Hot take.
But yeah, like now it's just, I can shoot a video on my phone, upload it to YouTube. I can take this podcast, edit it, and it's up on YouTube, ready to go. I forgot what my point was about this, but
to be young right now.
Oh, yeah.
like
that. That's something. I guess that's something I'm like really interested in asking our guests once we have them on. And, because there's going to be people still in the game, people, still grinding it out, and I want to know like how things have changed. Oh, I know what my point was. It like when we put this out, it's like asking people to like my band again. It's like I'm in a new band, like this. It was like
that's definitely giving me those vibes. Yeah,
another one. Like, oh shit, like
ask me about my podcast.
Yeah, can you check out my podcast, please? Like, but yeah, like I got those, like you said, those vibes. As soon as I put it out, like sending out messages and shit, it's like, oh, I'm asking people to look.
Yeah, you're giving me flashbacks, and you're like, oh, post it, share it on your Instagram, share it on your Instagram. I was like, oh,
yeah, man, this guy. I don't understand. I did all the legwork, and you just had to post, and but yeah, it is what it is, man. And here we are, episode 2, our last episode. What? No, just kidding.
Second and last episode.
Just kidding. I enjoy it too much, man. We're having fun. So
yeah, right. Immediately after the first episode, I was excited to do episode number 2, and here we are.
Yeah.
But like I told you, I had that same feeling. We were driving back in the work truck, and we're talking about doing episode number 1, and I started getting that like stage fright, like I was gonna play a show, and it was weird because when I play shows, I don't talk. You just show up, load up my drum, set up, and start banging away. No microphone in sight. But yeah, it was exciting.
Not anymore.
Yeah, I got one right in my face and a camera. But good times. It's a lot of fun. Speaking of people still out there grinding, that's what I was looking at my phone. Javier from Gear the Dog also sent me. They're going to be playing. He's in a band called Corre Diablo, or Corre Diablo.
For people like me.
Yeah. And they are playing at Union Barber and Beer Lodge on that's this Saturday, on the 12th, November 12th. It's all ages. It's $10.
No pre-sale. Show up.
And no pre-sale. That's also one of the benefits that we've seen from the scene and everything involving. But he said they're going to play first. It should be fun. I might be out there too, so you might see me out there. Try not to break anything. No, before I was like, oh, try not to break anything like at the venue, or at the house. Now it's like on my body. I'm trying not to break my knee or anything, twist an ankle.
Yeah, I mean, you're
wear ankle supports.
You're doing work on your phone right now. I'm checking my phone because today is actually my birthday.
Yeah.
I don't want to bring it up, but like I keep looking at my phone because it keeps going off.
Yeah, wait, when is he going to bring up my birthday? Did he forget? I have no friends.
No.
Yeah, so everybody in the comments or on Instagram, whatever, please wish Beardley a very special happy birthday.
Thank you.
Today is his birthday.
Yeah, I'm 27.
Let's talk about that.
No, we're not going to talk about that. I told you I did not want to bring it up, but I keep looking at my phone and I owe it to you guys. Like so. Damn it.
Yeah,
that was a big desk pop right there, smacking my phone.
You edit that out.
No, I can't.
Do that. You should do when you bleep out my F-bombs. Do it with like a big desk bang, or a loud cricket sound.
A loud cricket sound. No more snores. Do you get rid of the snores?
Yeah, get rid of the snores.
What? All right.
Yeah. Also, another one, Omar, who has played bass in every single band in the local scene.
Yeah, you might not know his name, but you've definitely seen his face.
Yeah, you've seen his face. He is playing in 3 bands right now. So, Crude Dudes, Self Sabotage, and Evil Ways. I think that's Evil Ways with a Z, right? Yeah. Self Sabotage and Evil Ways, they are both on Spotify, so check them out.
Hello, friends. So, unfortunately, the camera did stop recording. Right now, I am in edit mode. So, just shooting this video real quick just to let you know that there's just going to be a visual on the screen. Nothing too crazy. I am not artistic, so I can't draw like out the whole scene. So I'm not even going to try. But yeah, stick around. The video does come back. Appreciate you guys. And if you follow us on Instagram at Share the Backline, you saw yesterday we had a long drive to Bakersfield, and all day we were just doing research, trying to find old local bands, and then one constant was just seeing Omar in all the videos. And
every band we brought up, well, like at some point there was some like shitty live video of that band at some backyard or some house. And every band had at least one video where Omar was on bass.
Which is cool, dude.
Yeah.
It was an untapped market. Didn't know he wanted to play bass, and he's like, I'll do it. I'll
Yeah.
do all these bands, dude.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite local bass players. Just like had that stance, the power stance and the bass face and everything. He had tattoos. Just a cool dude to work with. He's actually the one that told me that Wolves was looking for a drummer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he messaged, he's like, message Joe Calixto. And then I was like, cool. I remember I was standing outside of my house. And then right away I messaged him. And he's like, yeah, we're looking for a drummer. I said, let's do this.
Nice.
And that was it. Yeah. But
The rest is history.
yeah, I have filled in for a lot of bands because Omar's like, hey, dude. And my friend's looking for a drummer. I'm like, fuck it, let's do it. And I got plans for the weekend, you know?
Yeah.
I got to learn these songs and get in a van with some more smelly dudes.
I was never good enough at guitar to get that text like, hey, we need a guitar player. Like, no. Yeah.
Also, like you said, untapped market, you know?
Yeah,
It's like,
true.
like a drummer that was easy to work with and just, you know, learn these songs. Okay, cool. Okay, you're out of the band now. Cool.
Yeah.
Like just, you know, for a couple days.
I wonder if how the market is for like a early 30s bass player right now. Dude, I'm down.
Yeah, you
you
should
guys need a bass player?
make a flyer with the little tearaway numbers and
Yeah.
leave, like, at the Guitar Center, like a cork board, a little pinup.
I've played guitar for 10 years, 12 years, whatever, 15 years. But I'm ready to play bass now, you know?
Yeah. Fuck, I can't even like imagine trying to get into a band again.
Oh.
Right now.
No way, man. They'll look at us and like, you're too old. You're too old to write sappy love songs. And
Right. Oh, my mortgage payment was late. My back hurts.
my interest rate is going up.
Sounds like a country song. That damn APR.
My credit score dropped 2 points.
That was another thing. We're at the Guitar Center. You're looking at the laptop, and we're like, look at this interest rate. I was like, oh my god,
yeah,
that's like
dude, like the
100% APR, like 110%
Yeah.
APR. The lady was looking at us like, what the hell?
Look at these old guys
Yeah.
talking about money.
Yeah, knowing about interest rates and shit. But it's
It's a good thing
Yeah.
to learn, kids.
yeah. Wish we would have known that.
high
Back then,
school?
I would have been like, oh, sweet. You mean I only have to pay a little more than double for this snare and I can have it today?
Yeah, it was like
Ooh.
1,500. So you buy, not shitting on Guitar Center. I used to work there. But this thing is, it's.
But
it's-
don't do this.
Yeah, don't do this. It's a third party thing. I'm guessing. You know, you it's like a lease to own. It's like Rent a Center, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You know, those places are just like out to get you.
That's how they get you.
That's how they freaking get you. It legit was like it was probably more. I just did quick math,
Mm-hmm.
and I suck at percentages. I'm pretty good at math, but like when it comes to percentages and stuff, I suck. But it was like buy something that's $1,500,
Mm-hmm.
and your loan is $1,800, so you end up spending like $3,300 or something like that. And I'm like, holy shit, dude! Something that costs $1,500, you're paying an extra $1,800 for over 24 months.
It's brutal. Yeah. When you're fucking 18, you're like, now you have credit. You know what I mean?
I need this.
Let's ruin it today.
Dude, Guitar Center was my first credit card. I remember. First credit card, I got it in Brea. I just happened to, like, I'm like, I want a new guitar, you know, and walked in, saw this cherry red SG that I wanted. Epiphone, of course, I couldn't afford a Gibson. And applied and gave me, I think it was like $600 credit limit. Bought the guitar, took it home, played it, loved it, and then it got stolen.
Wow. So you're like, oh, I guess I don't have to make these payments.
Yep, and then
Change your number. Got the card.
defaulted, you know, it's like creditors calling. I paid it off, but young and dumb, dude. I wish I would have learned a lot sooner. But
Yeah.
anyways,
I wish somebody told me.
this is not a finance podcast. We're not financial advisors. But
No, if you don't have a Roth IRA, then
just don't do that lease to stuff thing at Guitar
Yeah.
Center. That's or Rent a Center. Stay away from Rent a Center.
yeah,
dude.
if you're 18 years old and just got credit, don't go to Guitar Center.
We're not financial advisors. Please don't take anything we say seriously. Please.
Little legal disclaimer there.
I think we have to.
Oh, jeez.
Every like, because I got not really into crypto, but I was like interested in it, and like all these videos start off with like, I just gotta let you guys know I'm not a financial advisor.
Jake Paul isn't a financial advisor? What? Oh, something else just dropped. some news. When we were young, for new metal fans, what's the name of the festival?
When we were new. No, that's your name for it.
Yeah, that's my
I
name
don't
for
even know what it's called. I just know System of a Down's playing.
Wow. Let me look that up really quick, please. Let's fill the dead space there.
From the top of my head, it's like System of a Down, Corn. I know Fever 3 is playing, which would be pretty cool to see. That's a band you guys definitely have to check out.
Sick New World.
Sick New World.
But they spelled new wrong. They spelled it N-E-W. It's supposed to be N-U.
Yeah. With the umlaut on top of it.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Missed an opportunity there, dude.
So, hot take, it's when we were young for new metal fans. Turnstile's playing, though. I've been seeing Turnstile a lot.
Yeah.
Like, that podcast I listened to, it's actually on the radio. They played Turnstile song.
Oh, nice.
I'm like, what the hell? They're like playing every festival. They're playing with every big show. It's like Turnstile's in there.
Yeah.
Good for them.
I saw this yesterday, dude, and sorry for smacking the mic, dude. We gotta figure something out about this. I think once we get into our home,
Mm-hmm.
we'll definitely figure it out. So right now it's just avoid smacking the mics and stuff.
Okay.
Mental notes,
Yeah,
because I've done it twice already.
I'll try. Just had about that.
Yeah, no, I think they released that yesterday, right? I showed it to you yesterday. I'm
Yeah.
like, what the heck?
Yeah, one day ago. Orgy, Cold,
Chambers playing.
Cradle of Filth.
Did I
No,
tell you
just Cold.
like my connection, my small connection to Cold Chamber?
Oh yeah, what is it? The 7 Degrees of Kevin Bacon. No, is it
No,
7?
I don't know. My old drummer in Cadence, his brother was the drummer for Cold Chamber,
No way.
and I got to jam with him when we had a lockout. He came down, checked out everything. He hopped on the drums for a little bit and got to jam with him for a little bit. So that was pretty
Cool
cool.
dude.
Yeah, Mikey. Yeah, really cool dude. But yeah, dude.
6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Okay.
We saw what?
No, dude. When I saw the lineup, I'm like, all right. Two things popped into my head automatically. One was they saw the success that When We Were Young had,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, we can make money off this.
Yeah.
Let's hit up all these, man. I want to say, I know First Row is where you buy your tickets for this one, so it's the same people putting it on.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, or Front Row, First Row, whatever. I think First Row is like the streaming site for all your UFC and boxing fights that I definitely do not stream illegally. I purchased all of them.
You're like me in every hockey game.
Yeah, and
I pay for my NHL package.
there's gonna have to be a lot of bleeping in this episode. No, so I'm like, okay, so they had the success with When We Were Young. Is this just like is this going to be the new norm? Like these humongous festivals with all these lineups, or lineups like this, and it's just, they're going to pump them out every year now.
Nostalgia sells, man. Like, look what we're doing. We're trying to like use what's nostalgia for us, really. Bring back the those memories that we had. But yeah, it fucking sells. We see it with like those Marvel movies that are based in like Miss Marvel that was based in the 90s, and then Stranger Things in the 80s. All those nostalgia things, they sell right now. And who has the money? We do.
Yeah.
People in our age group have that money, and the kids that were 12, 13, rocking Corn shirts and stuff, got the money and the PTO to go out to Vegas and and have a weekend. It's definitely not gonna. And that's why the tickets are so. The ticket prices are outrageous.
Yeah, I mean, well,
That
when
keeps
we were
me
young,
from
it was
going. Like I could buy like fucking new Xbox or something with that.
when we were young, it was like 400, 420 for.
Another F-bomb.
I know, dude. Twice. It's a lot of bleeping.
Sorry.
That's all right. Well, this probably won't be available for. You'll have to sign in. So if you saw that earlier, I'm sorry you have to sign in because this guy keeps cussing. I'm not going to deal with it. We're just going to roll with it. But anyways, yeah, when we were young, it was like $400 a ticket. Crazy. But so that was the first thing. Is like, is this going to be the new norm? These crazy, nostalgic lineups that are humongous. You got System of a Down, you got Corre, Deftones, Incubus. I know POD, Alien Ant Farm,
Cradle of Filth.
Cradle of Filth.
You know what's cool? Scowl. Like a newer hardcore band.
Yeah, Fever 33's newer. Jason from Let Live, his new band. I think a couple. I forgot what the other bands or the drummer and the guitar player won. But second thing that came into my head is like, I think what made When We Were Young so successful, and I talked about it in the first episode, is like everybody was like lifting each other up. Everybody, was cool. This is attracting a different type of crowd, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah, but like you said, they're older now.
Yeah, but still, like, I know older metalheads that are still like
pretty shitty.
Not shitty, but ready to get in fights at for any little thing. And I'm just, I don't know. There's a little bit of a concern on how like this is going to play out, because it's not emo music, and this is stuff, I listen to System of a Down when I'm pissed off, and
this is cool. It's almost like they went to like 2001 and took that Ozfest and just fucking put it into like a wormhole.
Yeah.
Just like it's gonna appear at whenever this is supposed to. When is this supposed to be? May 13th.
Yeah.
Yeah, so next May.
Here, I gotta make sure our camera's still recording.
Oh shit!
But why don't you read me some more of the bands that are? Like I said, I know Corre, Deftones, Incubus, POD,
Evanescence.
Oh.
Chevelle. I'm kind of here for Chevelle. I don't want to. Is it?
It's not recording.
Oh, fuck. There's another F-bomb.
Sorry about that, guys. I don't know when the camera stopped recording. So you guys are going to have to probably listen to the full episode on Spotify. There's going to probably be a big old gap in between whenever the camera stopped recording and now. We definitely were talking that entire time. So
you just put like some visuals. You can watch the visuals while they listen to the audio up until this point.
yeah, like a technical difficulty sign or something.
Yeah.
So
don't kink shame us.
Boom! Hey, we're back.
There are kinks. There are kinks. Don't kink shame us.
I'll probably have to record something like while I'm editing this. I'll be like, hey, stick around for the whole thing. Our camera stopped recording. But
just the video of you editing.
Yeah, turning around in my chair.
This is, I don't know, I think like When We Were Young had big success because of the whole like emo influence on social media, like emo night, that's been big for a long time. Kids that weren't even kind of around when that music came out, it was fucking 20 years ago, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like 20-year-olds that are into those bands and stuff. And then this is, I mean, the same thing with this, but I don't think it's had the social media traction that, as a lead up into the show that When We Were Young had.
Yeah. And I think I like looking at it, not a lot of people, from what I can see, just from the bigger, names, because I have poor vision, even with glasses on. Like, a lot of these guys aren't putting stuff out, like, I know, Hawthorne Heights just had put out new stuff. Census Fail came out with a new record. Bayside came out with a new record. You know, My Chemical Romance, you know, just for them to go on tour, they released a new song too. Leading up to all this, you know, these guys are kind of just
say it. Say it.
I don't know.
Yeah, not busy, I guess. But that's cool. It should be a good show.
Yeah,
I don't want to sound like a snob or anything, but it's somebody accused me of being a snob because I said I really want to go see Def. The thing with these like big lineups is that there are like maybe 3 or 4 bands that I would really want to see, and I'd rather see them at their own show, you know, instead of having to wade through. Sounds like I'm old.
Yeah.
Like wading through like a bunch of people just to watch a shortened version of a show that I would, you know, really want to see one-on-one, not one-on-one, but you know what I mean? Like when they're playing their own show and they have their own supporting bands. But like Deftones, Scowl would be cool, Turnstile obviously. But also, when a lot of these bands came out, I remember it's like seeing Incubus and Korn and Papa Roach and all that stuff. I was maybe like 13, and at my house we had just gotten like satellite TV, so I finally had MTV2. MTV was already not playing videos, but like MTV2, VH1. I don't know what the other channel was, but I was finally like exposed to all these bands. But at the time, I was like, you know, like Freaks and Geeks. I was the freaks, you know, like the army green jackets and stuff and greasy hair and everything. And we like listened to Black Sabbath and anything new was shit, you know? Yeah. So I never really, I heard, oh, God, I'm going to get shit for this because a lot of people I know are like super into this show and really into nu metal, even now, even like retroactively, you know, like getting into it later, just is kind of like, it's kind of like where a lot of the new stuff came from, right? It's nu metal. So like Periphery and stuff, and like a lot of these newer nu metal bands came out of these like hardcore bands, and you know it all stemmed from this genre. But at the time, you know, I was a fucking snob. Yeah. What do you want to say? It's a 13-year-old snob. Yeah, I thought I was too cool for my own generation. You know, like I was still fucking listening to Sabbath and Zeppelin and stuff, and trying to think I was too cool for anything new.
Yeah, I mean, I still like just again looking. I never really got into Deftones. To be honest, like I never really gave them a chance, and I don't know why. It's just something I never did. But like looking at it, like dude, I'd really love to see Korn. I think Korn would be awesome. I saw System of a Down. They're amazing still. And a lot of that stuff I still listen to this day. You know, a lot of Slipknot. Again, it's like when I'm in that mood, you know, that's the only thing that could scratch that itch, you know.
You're like, give me something to break.
Yeah. some Limp Bizkit. Yeah, probably. But I think you know, musically though, we have a lot in common because I was the same way. I was listening to Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, still do. You know, all forms of Sabbath.
Every iteration of Sabbath. Yeah. And Ozzy
and Dio. You know, like Van Halen. Mm-hmm. You know, Rush.
Funny thing, fucking Rush. That's why one of the things that that I learned, one of the bands that I learned how to play drums on. I was in Mexico when I was like 12 years old that summer, and my favorite cousin, who was the closest to me in age.
Your other cousin would be like, what?
He was always doing something cool. Like he always had a cool new hobby. We would go to Mexico every summer in Guadalajara. Shout out to Guadalajara. But every summer we would go and spend like a week there, and he always had like something cool going. You know, like I make T-shirts now. Let's go. Let's make T-shirts, screen print. And then this one year I went and he had a drum set in his room. I was like, what the hell? What is this? And he was like, oh, it's the you know, in Spanish, but it was the drums. And he started playing, and I remember I was like I couldn't stop laughing for some reason. Not at him, but I was just like, my body didn't know how to express what I was feeling watching my cousin. You know, it was like watching myself play, you know, and he was playing drums. Like, dude, that's insane. Like, he was playing along to Enter Sandman.
Nice.
Just like,
I think that's every drummer's first song, right?
yeah, I think so. But yeah, when he said Rush, I like brought that back because I was like, oh, check out Metallica. You know, he's like, no, dude, check out Rush. And he like put on Moving Pictures. I was like fucking blown away.
Dude, Metallica, man.
Whatever.
I love Metallica.
That's my first love.
I remember the first time I heard Master of Puppets. My cousin was like, he had to ask my uncle, his dad. He's like, Dad, what's that song where they just say master a lot? He's like, Master of Puppets? He's like, yeah. And we obtained it legally and
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
played it over and like I fell in love with Metallica.
It's those crunchy riffs.
Yeah, dude.
It just scratches that itch.
I even like Saint Anger. But
We'll edit that out.
what?
I'm just kidding.
Oh wow.
That's one of those bands. It was like one of the, you know, an intro to heavy music that it's for some reason they could just do no wrong in my eyes. I know they have. I know they put out a lot of garbage. They've admitted it themselves. But for me, I'm like,
Reload.
shut up. Like they're still cool. They're still cool.
I mean, Fuel.
They have their
Fuel's
merits.
good. Yeah. Dude. I've seen Metallica twice. I'd go see them again.
Yeah, me too. Twice.
I saw them at the Honda Center. I think it was a pond at the time.
I was there with Ash.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
It was right after Saint Anger
I
came
don't
out.
remember much of it. We were in a box.
Nice.
It was sweet.
Nice.
With they opened the fridge and there was free booze. So I remember like maybe the first song.
And then I saw them at the Rose Bowl a couple
Nice.
years back with Avenged Sevenfold and I think Dream Theater. Yeah. I've seen a lot of crazy like just talking about, you know, I know the first episode was like a lot like emo talk, but I would consider this like a music podcast, and you know we're gonna get into different types of music.
Mm-hmm.
Like my background is crazy. Like you know, my first CD, the first two CDs I ever bought. Well, let's go back a little bit further. I forgot how old I was, but I remember my dad.
I was born in the woods.
Yeah, I was born at the Monsters of Rock. No, my mom would always tell me. My mom was pregnant with me, and they went to Monsters of Rock, and like Bon Jovi was playing. I think Metallica played that, AC/DC, you know. So, but one Christmas, my dad had got me my first portable CD player, and I remember
Discman.
I remember having like big can headphones like this that he had, and at my great grandma's house, sitting on the porch listening to Prince's greatest hits.
Nice.
And just falling in love with that.
Okay.
Like that was the first thing. And, you know, a couple days after Christmas, I had some money because I was younger, and that's when I got gifts, you know. And there was a Warehouse Music, like 5 blocks from where I used to live.
Warehouse Music?
Warehouse Music, dude.
Oh.
So the first 2 CDs I've ever bought with my own money and owned was the Rugrats soundtrack.
Solid.
It had the One Way or Another. One way, you know. And then
A banger.
The second CD was The Offspring, Americana.
Did you bought those at the same time?
At the same time.
Nice.
And then, you know, like it's just evolved from there. Like, you know, just being interested in all kinds of music. You know, my grandpa would always play like jazz music. So like just kind of going through his CDs when I'm bored. And, you know, he was a truck driver. So like sound systems flew off. We're talking about stealing a lot this episode.
Yeah, we have to bleep a lot of shit here. A lot of pirating going on.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, this podcast is free to download, so feel free to download.
Feel free to pirate this episode. Steal this podcast.
Yeah. No, so we had like a big stereo with a 5 disc. So I'd throw like some of his CDs in there, and then Metallica. Like my dad was into like Maiden and Metallica and stuff, so I got in, and then the Eagles, Hotel California.
Don Henley.
Glenn Fry. I was a Glenn Fry guy.
Yeah. This podcast is over. Thank you for listening to our second and last episode.
Yeah, dude. So it's just like I see this lineup. Going back to this lineup, it's like a lot of bands I do like, but I don't see myself going to it. Like, I don't know if it's because I grew out of that stuff or it's just not where my heart is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when I saw When We Were Young, I'm like, I'm not missing this. I have to go. And I missed the first day because they canceled it. And they still haven't given me my refund. Refund check. Still haven't got it. I sent an email.
At them.
Yeah, and they said, still, just wait 30 days. I'm like, okay.
It's always 30 days.
Yeah. 30 days comes up in like 10 days. Anyways, yeah, dude, I think that's one thing, like, cool. Like, anytime I put something on, you're rocking out to it too, because I think we have the same music interest, and I think it's because it's like so wide open. Like, I have a country playlist on Spotify. I was never into country, but now it's like just tapping into it and stuff and being more open.
Definitely.
And again, I don't know what the point of this was, but
whatever. We're just chatting it up.
yeah.
Just yucking it up on the old yak box. But I think any like well-rounded musicians, they're just like after a certain time, we're just open to anything, really. Like especially drums. There's fucking there's a beat in every song. It's like a beat in every genre. Even stuff you don't like, you can find something that resonates. It's a pun. Get it?
Yeah. Well, we talked a lot about this festival. If you had the time and the means, would you go to it? Just
if I had the time and the means, no.
Yeah, same. I mean, go see Corn. I'd go see System of a Down. Fever.
If I had that extra money and 4 days, I'd probably find something else.
Yeah. I wouldn't even go to Vegas, dude. I'm tired of Vegas. Wow. That's a story for another pod. But yeah, we're almost at it, dude. We're at
oh wow, 57 minutes.
Yeah, I think we're gonna try to keep them at an hour. We're not big podcast guys that go 3-4 hours. Plus, we see each other pretty much all day, every day, and
like, how was your day?
Yeah, you know exactly how it was. It was wet and rainy and miserable, and now I'm sad.
Yeah,
he had to ask me a few times, like, "Are you okay, dude? Like, is the weather getting to you?"
Yeah, well, I know a lot of people get like kind of bummed out on their birthdays for some reason. It's a weird anniversary.
Yeah, I think it's because I didn't take my meds, but I feel okay now. Doing this is like a nice release.
Let me just take your meds.
But yeah, dude. Anything else you gotta say? Did we cover everything? Probably not, but
yeah, we'll cover more of that. We just wanted to make sure we get like a weekly episode and build I don't want to say a habit, but consistency.
Yeah.
Consistency.
Yeah. Again, sorry if it did cut out. That's my fault. We tried a new camera. One thing I noticed is like the first episode is all crooked, and we're trying a new camera that I have, and we'll see how this goes. But I already know it's bad.
We know how it went.
Yeah, we know how it went.
Let's just start over. All right, everybody, welcome to episode number 2.
Yeah. Do you remember the intro?
No, I already forgot it.
But yeah, I think we're pretty much up against it.
Yeah.
Last week we had a perfect segue, into how to end this episode, because we do want to, not only revisit the past and talk to these people, but we also want to, shed some light on, you know, local bands, whether they're still going or, you know, tap into your own memories and play some old stuff. It's just we didn't get the song in time last week.
Yeah.
But I think we have it now, right?
Did you get it?
I did.
We'll find a song for you.
Yeah, we'll find a song for you. I would love to plug it right here, but all the info will be at the bottom of the page, you know, where you can find them. Everybody we talked about today, you know, Omar's 3 bands, we'll make sure they're down there, you know. Gear of the Dog, make sure you guys follow them. And follow us. Share the backline.
Oh, yeah. We have something going, too.
Yeah.
This podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, go check out Corre Diablo at Union Barber and Beer Lodge this Saturday. If you're around, it's on Main Street in Corona. The doors are at 7. They play right around then, and it's $10, all ages. So go down there and tell Javi we said hi.
Yeah. If we're not there, we might be there.
Yeah, we might be there.
Might take the kids.
But also, happy birthday again.
Thank you, dude. And thank you guys and gals. Right. We'll be inclusive.
Yeah, whenever you guys listen to this, have a good morning commute or a day or a night.
That's my line. Yeah, have a good day. Have a good night. Thank you guys. Have
one of those.
all right, guys. We'll see ya. Take care.